What's up, everyone? We're going to be going through the best NBA Summer League player props on Prizepicks today. Now, I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 22 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now, a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 2 picks strong and got 22 right, which is a 92% win rate. Yes, guys, you heard that right. 92% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 92% win rate and get 22 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord to meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $3,000 just yesterday, and another member who won $150 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So quick shout out to eJeter4710 who said it's that time again. So shouts out to him. And if you do want to win a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below this video and like it, and you can be in the running to win a shout out in the next one. All right, so let's get straight into the first pick. And as I've mentioned before, guys, when it actually comes to Summer League, it works a little bit different. We don't have the same stats that we usually get with other NBA, sort of picks, but we are still going to do our best. Now, the first pick we're going to be talking about is Isaac Jones from 12.5 points, and this one actually is for less. Now, we can't actually look at the last 5 games because some of these Summer League players, they do play, some matchups, other matchups they sit out or they get rotated out. But for Isaac Jones, he has done a great job for the games that he has played with Sacramento. Now, when we actually look at it, they face off against Toronto coming into this next matchup. Now, looking at the matchup between both of these teams, we are expecting a decent amount of pace from both of these sides, but we are expecting a little bit more slower pace than we are usually used to. Now, because of that, we definitely see that affecting Isaac Jones' actual usage rate out there. It can definitely have a huge effect on his points line. Now, on top of that, when we also look further, we also do see that when it comes to Toronto, they actually have a pretty high defensive rating. They have a pretty high defensive rating. They actually rank 8th in their defensive rating, which I think is great. And like I mentioned before, they don't actually do, points allowed, rebounds allowed, and assists allowed. So we just have to go off defensive rating. But Toronto's actually a great defensive team, the Summer League team. So because of that, we definitely see that affecting someone like Isaac Jones's line coming into this matchup. So for that reason, we do very much like the under for this situation here. So keep an eye out for his line. So Isaac Jones, 12.5 points for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about another points line. This one is for Marjon Beauchamp, and this one is actually for 16.5 points, and this one is for less. So Beauchamp, is a fantastic player. Great player for the New York Knicks. Now, when we look at Bo, we actually do see that they face off against Washington. Now, when we look at Marjon and New York Knicks facing off against Washington, we do actually see that when it comes to this pace of this game, it may be a little bit of a slower pace game. Both of these teams rank pretty low in pace as well, but defensively, we actually have seen this Washington team actually do a great job defensively. They rank 10th when it comes to defensive rating, so definitely nothing really super high, but definitely still in the higher tier. I wouldn't even call that mid-tier just yet, so I think they have it rated very good in their defensive rating, and we are expecting them to really come out and try to, restrict Marjon as much as they can. So for that reason, for a matchup like this, we do very much like the under for this one. So Marjon Beauchamp for 16.5 points for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about assists. So this one is another big one. Now, this one is for actually the Charlotte and OKC matchup. This one's for KJ Simpson from Charlotte Hornets against OKC for 4.5 assists, and this one is for less. Now, looking at KJ Simpson, we actually have seen KJ, do a decent job for Charlotte. But coming into this matchup, looking at Charlotte and OKC, we actually have seen not OKC only do a great job in the regular season, like their actual NBA team, but their Summer League team has been a great defensive team. We actually see that their Summer League team actually ranks 3rd in their defensive rating. So they've been very good. Now, on top of that, we actually have seen that Charlotte, when it actually comes to assists, they actually don't really rank too high. They actually rank in the bottom half at 26. So they rank 26 when it comes to actually assist as a whole as a team. Like I said, we can't look at a per position or per matchup basis. However, overall, we tend to see them, not really dish out too many assists. So I think volume-wise can definitely have a huge effect on someone like KJ Simpson. So for that reason, keep an eye out for the under for this situation here for someone like KJ Simpson. So KJ Simpson, 4.5 assists for less. I think he's a fantastic pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Tyler Kolek. Now, as you all know, Tyler, great player for New York Knicks. And we do know that New York Knicks have been, playing decently so far this season. Now, when we actually look at Tyler Kolek during the regular season, so this is actually Summer League stats, but he did average 2 points, 0.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and at a 32.9%, field goal percentage. So he definitely did a great job there. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, guys, they do not actually record the Summer League stats. But we do know when it comes to New York Knicks, they have themselves a very good matchup against Washington Wizards. So it is definitely going to be an exciting game. Now, looking at actually Tyler Kolek's last or most recent game in Summer League, we actually saw him face off against Indiana. In that matchup, he actually had 14 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. So he actually did a fantastic job there. Now, looking at Tyler Kolek and also the matchup against Washington Wizards, we do actually know when it comes to Washington, we have actually seen them do a pretty decent job defensively, and we definitely see that affecting someone like Tyler coming into this game. Now, for someone like Tyler, like we mentioned with the stats in the matchup against Pacers, yes, he does get stats here and there, but his volume of shooting is pretty low in this case. There are other bigger sort of players usage rate wise in that Knicks team, and we are expecting them to have a little bit more usage rate and take away from someone like Tyler. So definitely keep an eye out for the under for someone like Tyler Kolek in the points, rebounds, and assist department. We see a lot of value there to go on the under. Now, getting on to the next player, we're going to be talking about Collin Murray-Boyles. Now, Collin Murray, great player from Toronto. Now, he's done a fantastic job, and Toronto Raptors have themselves a fantastic matchup against Sacramento Kings. Now, looking at, Collin and how he actually played in one of his most recent matchups, which is against Golden State Warriors, we actually saw him have 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists there. So he actually did a fantastic job, and they face off, like I mentioned, against Sacramento. And Sacramento actually do a poor job, as they do have a defensive ranking that ranked them 18th so far. So they are actually a poor defensive team. So we are expecting someone like Collin Murray-Boyles to be able to take over and go on the over here. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the over for someone like Collin. He does have a decent usage rate in all 3 departments, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists. And that's why we do very much like the over for this one. So definitely keep an eye out for the over for Collin Murray-Boyles for all points, rebounds, and assists. Now, getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about Kevon Harris. So Kevon Harris does a great job for the Houston Rockets. He did play with them, in a 2023-2024 season, averaging 2 points, 1 rebound, 0.5 assists, and 66.7% from the field. Now, when it comes to Houston, he is playing for them now in this Summer League team, and he actually faces off against Minnesota. Now, he did actually have a recent game against Portland Trailblazers in Summer League. He actually had 14 points in that matchup, 2 assists, and 8 rebounds. So he did great in the rebounding sector and also the points. Now, when it comes to this matchup, like I mentioned, Houston face off against Minnesota. Now, this Minnesota team are a decent team defensively. We actually have seen them do a fantastic job defensively, as they do actually rank 12th. So, I still do believe that's still more on the higher side than the lower, and that's why we still do do like the under for someone like Kevon. Now, Minnesota is also a pretty slow-paced team, and we definitely see that pace affecting someone like Kevon Harris coming into this matchup. So for that reason, keep an eye out for the under for this situation here for someone like Kevon. Now, I think, points and rebounds is definitely where you'll see a more likely sort of line come out for him. So definitely keep an eye out there. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Alex Toohey. So Alex Toohey, great player for Golden State Warriors, is a new player. Now, when we actually look at Alex, we actually have seen him play great for Golden State Warriors. Now, obviously, looking at Alex Toohey, they did actually face off against Toronto Raptors recently, where at 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 0 assists. And during that matchup, we also did see that this next matchup, they face off against Cleveland. Now, Cleveland actually do a poor job defensively. Obviously, this isn't the NBA Cleveland team, but their summer league team hasn't really been doing great defensively. They do actually rank 18th when it actually comes, tied 18th when it comes to their, defensive rating. And we definitely see that being a problem, which is why we do like the over for someone like Alex Toohey. Now, Toohey does have a decent role for this Golden State Warriors team, so we are expecting him to be able to take advantage of that and go on the over here. So definitely keep an eye out for Alex Toohey. Points, rebounds, and assists doesn't really matter. We definitely see a lot of value in there to see him go on the over.